Welcome to day number 6 of Grow Your Own Food Challenge. Today I'm talking about mobile fencing. I had a few questions, no, it must have been 3 days ago, about mobile fencing, and I thought I'm going to show you the different mobile fences that we use and some of our customers use. Alright, so this is mobile electric chicken fencing. This is for chickens. This particular fence is 1.2 meters tall. This brand is Premier One. Premier One is an American company. This fence is made in Germany. Okay, so there's cheap fences like this on eBay. If they say 1.2 meters, they might be measuring from the bottom prong. So you've got a prong that sticks into the ground, they might be measuring from the bottom. This 1.2 measures from after it's in the ground, from the ground to the top. It's 1.2 meters. The very bottom strand is non-electrified. Then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 strands above that are electrified. So it's got 12 strands all up. Your bottom one's non-electrified, but your first one that comes up about 5 centimeters is electrified. When the birds are about 8 weeks of age, they can normally go in this netting. People ask, does it keep out foxes? Yes, it keeps out foxes so long as there's a few things. You've got it electrified. Sounds funny, but if you forget to turn it on, a fox could get through. Can a fox dig under? Unlikely. It could, but foxes don't normally dig tunnels. Fox comes up to it with its wet nose, touches that, bang, gets an experience and takes off. So it doesn't really want to touch it again or get anywhere near it after it's had that experience. That's what you want. Does it work for foxes? Yes, if you've got short grass. Don't think you're going to set this up through knee-high grass and then all these electric wires are going to short out on the grass and then it's not going to work. So short grass, electric fence energizer attached to it. Keeps the birds in, keeps the foxes out. Next question, do hens fly over it? Rarely. They do, but it's rare. It's not like I'd come out each day and go, oh look, I've got 60 hens and 30 on the outside. Very rare. What can happen is ones on the outside, when you're using a Maremma dog, you'll find one on the outside. What happens, the Maremma dog sees you coming, it's all excited, it runs up the fence line, this hen gets startled, she flies up in the air because the Maremma dog is coming through, and then when she comes down she finds she's on the outside. It wasn't a conscious decision to say, hey, I'm going to fly up in the air over the fence. So times you will get them over the fence is different breeds. You might have a white leghorn, they're more flighty bird, they could get over. So the way you can get around that is you can trim one wing. This is not a white leghorn, this is an Isa brown. So this wing here, it's got all its feathers. This wing here has also got its feathers, but we've trimmed them down. We trimmed these down probably about 6 weeks ago. I think a couple of them were getting out. We just wanted to break the habit. They all look the same, so I just trimmed all their wings. I'm not cutting the bone. This is just all feather, so they don't feel it. It's like having a haircut. Doesn't hurt. And you just trim one wing, so when they fly up, they're sort of lopsided. That's electric chicken fences. Let's talk about pig fencing. Okay, so this here is electric pig fencing. This is awesome. Normally the pigs would come out and greet me, but they're obviously got a tummy full of food and said, we've seen you before, we've seen you earlier this morning. Just so I can touch and interact with the fence, I'm going to turn it off. The fence is now off. So this pig fencing, I think it's 70 centimeters tall, so that means the top of the post. The bottom wire is electrified and does not sit on the ground. Pigs are different to sheep, they're different to goats, they're different to chickens. So they need a different fence. This particular electric pig fence is amazing because of the post setup. I'm going to show you that now. Let's get up close and personal with the posts. Okay, so this is the post for the electric pig fencing. Let's pull it out of the ground. It's got one spike on the bottom and you can simply just push that into the ground. This is where the pig fence is amazing. This thing at the bottom that holds the bottom electric wire slides up and down. So I can pull the wire down, or if the wire is shorting out on a bit of grass or a bit of soil, I can simply pull it up. So what often happens, people put in some star pickets and some electric fence insulators and run a wire, and it can be very close to the ground. The pig comes along and pushes a little bit of soil and touches that wire. That wire shorts out, the fence has got no power, and then the pigs can push through. So if the pigs push some soil up against this wire, I've got two options that I can do really, really fast. I'll show you them now. Now, excuse me pigs, I'm doing a demonstration here. I'm showing people what happens if you push some soil up against the wire. So let's just say, hey, don't bite me, come on, let's be friends. So let's just say I'm the pig and I've pushed some soil up against this wire here. So that wire now has got soil touching it. I can do one of two things. One, I can wrestle with this pig. Oh, he wants a bit of a wrestle and a scratch. Oh, how about I get you a scoop of food? I can pull this wire up and then it's no longer touching it. Or, because it's mobile infrastructure, I simply get this post and I move it this way or that way. I might move it this way and then I go to the next post and just take out the slack. That's how fast it is to move. If you have a star picket and an insulator, not that fast to move. So I can simply pull it up and just move that bottom wire off that piece of soil that has been pushed up against the bottom wire. This particular fencing, I've seen it used by pig farmers and it's literally changed their operation, where they were like, oh, we might get rid of the pigs, this is a bit hard. They've got this fencing and they can simply put it in the ground and then move that bottom wire up and keep moving. Very fast to set up and very specific for pigs. Don't think that this is going to keep your chickens in. Don't think it's going to keep your goats in. Your goat's going to look at that and go, that looks like a high jump, let's go straight over it, see you later, we're going to eat your veggie garden and your mulberry tree. This is for pigs. It's down low, 70 centimeters high, you can easily step over it and it does an effective job. Electric pig fencing. Okay, here it is. I promised you a scoop of feed. You're very good, you're very well behaved. There you go. Scoop of feed and a bit of a pat. I'm going to show everyone else the next lot of fencing. Okay, so this next lot of fencing is non-electrified chicken fencing. This keeps chickens in, but it does not keep predators out. So if you're trying to keep predators out, this fence is not for you. This fence might be for you if you're, say, in a suburban backyard, you've got 6 foot high paling fences or colour-bond fences, and it's very unlikely that you're going to get a dingo or a fox or someone else's domestic dog touch your chickens. So this particular fence, this is 1.5 meters tall. Down the bottom it's got small squares. So if you've got baby chickens that are maybe 4 weeks of age, it's going to keep them in. It's not going to keep in day-olds, but most of the time you're not going to have day-olds out running around unless they're with their mother. If you're artificially incubating and brooding them, you're probably not going to let them out onto grass till about 3 weeks of age. By the time they're in this fence, maybe 4 weeks. Depends on the breed of birds. If you get a very small bantam at 4 weeks of age, it could still fit through the squares. So it's still mobile netting. This particular length here is 24 meters long, so it creates an area, you can work that out, 6 meters by 6 meters, like square, and it's mobile. You can pull it out. It's got a steel prong, so with a tread in, so you can push it into the ground. So somewhere that you do not need predator protection, but you want to keep your chickens in, excellent. The other thing this is great for, let's just say you've got a vegetable garden and you want the chickens free ranging, you might just put this around your vegetable garden to keep the chickens out of your vegetable garden. So this is non-electrified chicken fencing, not for predator protection. Either keep your chickens in there or keep your chickens out of there. This here is mobile electric fencing for sheep and goats. It's 105 centimeters tall. The bottom wire that sits on the ground is non-electrified, but all the ones above that can be electrified. It's really fast to move because it's just got one spike on the bottom of the post and you can simply just push that into the ground. It's a great solution for keeping sheep and goats in. You've seen electric chicken fencing, electric pig fencing, non-electric chicken fencing, and sheep and goat fencing. Hope this has been super valuable to you. If you want to join our private Facebook group, you can go to chickencaravan.com/grow. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow.